welcome everyone back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker as we are getting closer and closer to the end of the main portion of the quest. I am a little quiet. You know why? Because I recorded Game Club today. I always forget to check that. I need to remember to get better about that. Now, hello and welcome everyone back to Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker. Alright. We are here for... we're close to the end. We are near the end of Final Fantasy, the main portion of Endwalker. And crazy to think about. But you know what's even crazier? And only the people who play 14 will really get this. You notice this armor? You notice this weapon? It's a little different from what I was wearing before. I glamored for the very first time. My very first glamour. Now that I'm max level with my Dragoon and got that cool like roll gear stuff. So.
Hi everyone.
There you go. Finally learned the glamour, indeed. Oh goodness. Yeah, exactly. Rob Harley. That was the other thing I was going to mention. People mentioned in the chat, and I had to look immediately. Is that why she gave me her own room now? Yes, so I can show off all the glamours. Freaking all 5 Mega Man Game Boy games are now on NSO. That's friggin' cool. That makes it so much easier to stream those. I am all about that. So that's a good value, especially for Mega Man 5. I actually messaged Ash, but I don't know if he hasn't seen it yet, from what I can tell. Yeah, I think that just very much says that not really going to get a collection at all or anything like that, but that's still cool. I am very happy for that. Smashman with 100 bits saying, "Hey gang, just finished Thousand Year Door remake 100% yesterday. Feels kind of sad to be done with it now. Really hoping Nintendo makes another game like it. Maybe I'll play Paper Mario 64 and NSO next, along with the Mega Man Game Boy games now apparently. Yes. From what I understand, basically it's 3 through 5 that are the best." Love the hat, Kaltzfer. But yeah, that's where we left off last time. We are all set to go. And Gregster finished East Blue. That's exciting. That's very exciting. Where are you going? Oh my gosh. I don't know what Amy's doing, but she'll be back. Yes, Mega Man Game Boy games use Roman numerals, and that's because in Japan they're called Rockman World. So a lot of people just translate it to it's Mega Man World. Sure, that works out. And yeah, a lot of Dawn Trail preview stuff came out today, and I was somewhat sad to discover that my Spine Shatter Dive is going to leave, but it's not exactly a powerful attack, so it is what it is. I've not looked too closely at things. I mostly looked at the next set of glamours for this set, and you know, Dragoon looks pretty good, but you know, I think Red Mage continues to win when it comes to just looking boss, because the new one for Red Mage in Endwalker is very cool as well. Or not Endwalker, but Dawn Trail. But yeah, that's that. That's that. Alright. Trying to think of anything else going on, but I think that's pretty much it. Oh, DGC with a Prime subscription. Thank you so much. Saying glamorous. Thank you so... that's nice. The male dancer artifact is so disappointing. I saw the female one. I don't know if I've seen the male one, but the female one looks fantastic. Honestly, I feel like dancer just works better aesthetically for female characters in general. That just seems to be how it goes. Where am I? Where do I need to go? Posted in Amy's Discord? Okay. But either way, let's head over here and see what we got next. Oh, that's funny. Sorbonne's just hanging out here. Oh, you're not? What did you forget? Oh, okay. I'm gonna start the quest. Actually, in Amy's Discord, let me see if I can find that. Where did you post it? Just in Final Fantasy time stage? Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Let's see. Okay, I see the male Pictomancer, and honestly, that certainly again benefits more for the female Pictomancer, I feel. I don't see it. Cloud Strife, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Saying, Derek, get ready for a roller coaster finale of Endwalker and remember your long journey to the end. Oh, yes. Oh, both are posted in that same tweet. Oh, okay. Hold on. I didn't realize I had to click through. Yeah. Yeah. Neither looked the greatest, but oh well. Oh well. All right. Oh my gosh, Amy with a prime subscription, glammy whammy. Oh my god. That's what she went and did. Yes, I did. I just read it off. No, it's there. It is certainly there. Oh my god. Oh, that's good.
I had to come back because it logged me out, so I had to get my phone to get my code. It logged me
Oh, I see. I see. All right. Well, let's talk to Taru. No, it says glammy whammy.
Oh.
You're good. All right. Let's go ahead and get this. And hey, Jaskarika, welcome. Oh, you put on the White Mage artifact gear, now headed there? Okay, cool. I realize you've still got lots to do before you depart, so I won't keep you any longer. I do hope you can find a moment for yourself, and that the others can as well. They said they were returning to Baldesion Annex, though I doubt they stayed for long. If you decide to go looking for them, I suggest speaking with Cryo first. I'm sure they would have told her their plans. Let's... That has me intrigued, but I assume the lockbox is connected to the... Yeah, it has to be part of the Mysterious Maiden. What is that all about? How mysterious. I still don't like it, but the hat is less goofy than Scholars. Yeah, I don't think you've looked at all the the new level 100 gear for all the classes, have you, Polyglot? You're back. I take it you received your gift from Tataru. It was a surprise long in the making, with many, many long hours of fretting to get everything just right. I'm glad to see it realized, and with great success. If you're looking for the others, though, they've already taken their leave. Ishtola, Thancred, and Oriange have gone to the last stand for a bite to eat. Alize and Grahatia, meanwhile, thought their time would be better spent poring over books at Numenon. As for Alphino and Astinian, well, they've elected to pay a visit to the Leviura estate, though Astinian seemed somewhat reluctant to go. I'm sure they would all be glad for your company if you've a mind to seek them out. Should you be feeling peckish, I suggest heading to the last stand before Ishtola and the others finish eating. But above all else, it'd be foolish to run headlong into a battle of a fatigued mess, so do remember to get a good night's sleep. Alright, let's go speak with Thancred. I'm stuck. I think they're mostly good though. The girl I watched that went over all of them counted, and the Viper's final roll outfit, the one we've seen a ton of, apparently has 56 belts on the costume, which is impressive. It's putting Lulu to shame. Try as she might, Tataru had no chance of standing between you and a hearty meal.
I don't know. I think Lulu has it.
You think Lulu has more? I don't know who has more.
More belts. I think the theme of belts is better done by Lulu.
That's very true. Let's see. Oh, rainbow pudding. Gotta get pudding way in on this. Milan, come to make our trio a quartet, have you? Please, have a seat and we'll see about getting you a drink. So Ash finally reacted to seeing the Mega Man news. He goes, "What?" All caps. Yo!
Your business with Tataru was finished.
Can't you tell? Got my good threads on.
My, what a thoughtful surprise. Whatever would we do without her?
Indeed. And she's right, you know. It hasn't been all doom and gloom.
Feels like a lifetime ago that Master Louis Soir gathered us together to form the Circle of Knowing.
Ashtola and wine seem to go together
Since then,
really well.
We have experienced much. But rather than feeling wiser, the more I learn, the more I find my knowledge lacking.
Forsooth. As a student, vainly did I believe that I held the secrets of creation in my grasp. Yet that which I had seized was but an insignificant sliver of what awaited in the wider world. Every encounter, every experience hath served to open mine eyes, enlightening and humbling me in equal measure. Even from those whom I called enemies have I learned many a valuable lesson.
What will we learn at the edge of the universe, I wonder?
Thank God we got Urianger out of his old clothes. Like,
Ultima
good God.
Thule, where the bringer of the end makes
Oh
her
my gosh.
nest. I, for one, can't possibly imagine.
Cracks me up that they got these barrels like
Whatever
for
awaits
meat
us
and
there,
whatnot, and
we
they're having
will
hamburgers
survive.
and cake.
We must. For her.
There's pizza for me.
Yeah, there's pizza as well. It's totally got the pizza, but thank we got the burger. Aw, Max and Lee, thank you for the tier 1 subscription. Really do appreciate it. I'm gonna say the first one. You've nothing left to prove. Oh, took his breath away.
No, it's nothing. I just... Well, lately I find myself surprised at how much I've changed. How much we've all changed.
We've come far together, and if we have aught to say about it, we'll go further still. Aye, we will avert this calamity and return home.
What a weird spread. Chicken wings, pizza, a burrito, a calzone, I want to say, or a stromboli, a sandwich, a burger, a muffin, and a strawberry cake.
In preparation for which, we must give thought to what we hope to achieve after the proverbial dust is settled.
What with the primals and Ascians all but dealt with, I suppose we'll need to look for new hobbies. In all seriousness, though, in uniting to overcome a common foe, the disparate peoples of the world have found a way forward together. It's a truly gratifying sight to see.
Yeah, I wouldn't refuse any of it, that's for sure.
Indeed. Though it was many years in the making, we have successfully set in motion the gears of fundamental change.
And this is why we need to go to the New World.
With this, we have fulfilled our humble role as a symbol of hope. And I dare say it is time to bow out. After all, there is no shortage of hands to bear the torch in our stead.
You know, I never really considered I might live long enough to see an after. But even if my time as a scion came to an end, I don't expect that much would change. Traveling the world, going wherever the wind blows, lending a hand to those in need.
A journey for journey's sake. It doth suit thee well. I must confess I too have yearned to see more of the world. If thou art amenable to the suggestion, I would accompany thee. Mine ability to affect an air of normalcy through artful disguise is much improved, thou must concede.
Aye, well, improvement is relative. You still look suspicious,
No. Oops, sorry, accidentally clicked.
What of you, Ishtola? Any grand plans?
Why, continue my quest for knowledge, naturally. To begin with, I wish to know the state of the reflections, to which end I must find a means to travel between worlds. 'Tis the least I must do if I am to keep my promise.
She has a boy waiting for her.
Should my pursuits prove unduly arduous, I won't hesitate to call on you.
Boy, that seems like an indication that we'll eventually go to one of the other shards.
And in return, I will take you to see Reen one day. I'm sure you cannot wait to see the fine young woman she has become.
Spare me.
And what of thee? What wouldst thou pursue at duty's end?
There's so many possibilities now that we've gone beyond our main 3 continents. I like that this is almost set up for Dawn Trail.
Here's yours. My apologies for the wait.
Oh, I agree, Boo Scary Helicopter.
Well, shall we make a toast? To victory.
To our comrades.
To the future of the star.
Oh yeah, she has a salad as well.
Did you get a copy of that with the vegetables?
Yes. Shame we're doing this on such an overcast day, but it's still nice. Oh, I was the one to inform him, Rob Harley. I made sure of that as soon as I found out. Oh God, Oriange's drunk. Stane, honestly, this is my average sheets order. They're spread. Oh my gosh, he is seeing double. He's so drunk. Leaving so soon, I suppose it's for the best. I'd rather you not explore the bottom of a bottle with Oriange. I dare say the others would welcome your company as well, if you can find them, that is. In any case, as long as you make the most of your time, then that is all that matters. Oh, that 5 more games, that absolutely puts the game club list back over 200. Oh yeah, just value. At this point, we are doing 3 a week. Until we get content current. And we're getting there. Depending on how long the quests are, I think we'll get to the level 90 stuff today. Hard to say. These quests have gotten long. Bit of both, but I'm basically crit pathing at just value. We've never been content current with an expansion, and I want that. Yeah, I found Pudding Way, so I was talking to him. No, you're just speaking with Alphino first. I'm speaking with Alizé first. Yep, finally fell asleep. Yeah, and then Mega Mania begins, and that'll be exciting. You try speaking with Alizé, but she is fast asleep. Oh, I don't feel burned out at all. Honestly, I feel more invigorated than ever to keep playing 14. Oh, that's nice. We're just gonna rest with them. Oh, Cryle.
Oh,
my gosh, Justinian is such a whiny baby right now.
Oh, is he? Meanwhile, I get to hang out with Cryle.
I'd rather do that.
knowing them, they're probably dreaming about the celestial adventures to come.
Probably just replay. Egg roll.
In the garage?
Huh?
Wait, you hear that?
They're probably outside.
It sounds like it's so far away.
So, yeah.
Just as well. They've been running themselves ragged of late. Unlike you and the others, I'm a few steps removed from the danger and excitement. The things you all get up to never fail to impress me. But by the same token, I can't help but worry. Not only for your safety, but for your happiness. After everything you've sacrificed, you earned it 1,000 times over. From the simple pleasures of tucking into a hearty meal or collapsing into a comfortable bed, to the grand triumphs of visiting legendary lands or finding true love, you deserve all the joy in the world.
I am so glad she gets to take part in stuff next expansion. Thank God she got Pictomancer.
There is so much that life has to offer. So much to be treasured and shared with those we hold dear. So promise me this. Come what may, you won't give up on your own happiness. When you're out there fighting tooth and nail, it's all too easy to forget. But in the end, your passions will be your greatest strength of all. Remember that.
This feels familiar. Well, 'tis good to be... wait. What am I... God
gods, don't tell me I fell asleep.
You'll like this cutscene, Amy.
Not that there's any shame in it, but you were sleeping like
This is
babies.
a bro moment.
Oh,
Oh.
how embarrassing.
Not a word to anyone. Understood? Not one word.
I'm sorry, Alice. You cannot get as threatening as Tataru.
I'm told that sleeping in proper beds of your own choosing is a much more effective way to prepare for battle.
So, what were the two of you doing here?
I had a few books to return to the library. Thought I'd take care of it while I could.
And you?
What are you gonna say? Oh wait, you're doing something different. Just enjoying a little peace and quiet. Alright. They seem to be about the same length, considering I think you just finished yours too. Off we go. I'm so sorry to hear that, Smitty. I'm not sure how long ago that happened, but it still stinks. Still weird to see Estinian out of his armor.
Oh. What brings you here? Ah, so you were worried that the Levier household might again be gripped by turmoil. All is well, I assure you. In my letters home, I had made mention of Estinian, you see. My mother wished to meet the legend in person, and so we arranged to have a spot of tea together.
Where were you in my hour of need? Fell beasts I can face, but I'm not made for idle chit-chat with lords and ladies.
Well, I for one thought you held your own. Mother was the picture of delight.
I might have been delighted myself, were we in a tavern with more agreeable drink. The thought of fleeing crossed my mind, but what then? I'd never hear the end of it, least of all from Tataru.
I'm sorry. 'Twas not my intent to cause you such distress. It's just... it was one of the things I didn't want to leave undone ere we set forth. That's not to say I think we won't be returning. Yet, given what lies ahead, I did not wish to leave for later that which I could do today. After all, tomorrow is never promised.
It's fine. Not like I had better things to do.
It really is an older brother, younger brother situation at this point.
Seeing you with your mother brought back fond memories of my own. Be we rich or poor, family is family. Well, it's past time we were on our way.
Wait! Since I left home, I've made a great many mistakes.
What Mary
Mistakes
said.
I
for which
know.
I can never make amends.
True.
Very
But
much
through it
so.
all, you didn't give up on me. To have returned here with you at my side, it means more to me than you know.
Oh, I'm well aware of that time, Sage, because of my dragoon job quests.
Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Forgive me, but it needed to be said.
I'm the one who owes you thanks. Were it not for you, I would not be alive today, nor come to terms with Nidhogg's spirit. I am ever grateful.
I suppose I ought to thank you both as well.
That's what I said too.
Aww. I played it, Smitty, but I never beat it. I got to the very end and I was underleveled and I couldn't do the final boss, but I also couldn't escape the final dungeon.
Well, we needn't make it a competition. You know, this must be what Hydaelyn meant when she spoke about depending on one another. However treacherous the road before us, together we will prevail.
With any luck, Eggroll Daniel will get a new Fire Emblem. I think he'd be excited about that. Steve and John, I'm not sure.
She's so angry that she fell asleep.
It's a vulnerable moment.
The look that we had.
Mm.
Your character had that look.
Yeah, it's like, what the? Very much so. Welcome back, Milan. Return to catch a few final winks before embarking on your mission, I presume. You'll be happy to know your chambers have been cleaned and fresh linens laid out. I pray you enjoy the sweetest dreams on this final night before the big day. Oh yeah, Panel de Pon or Puyo Puyo. Maybe. That's... yeah. That's funny, we each picked the same answer. What's going on in Alamigo?
Well, on we go.
Oh, I definitely remember how bratty he was, Arcwing. Oh. It definitely was starting to be like, okay, what's happening to him? This is Xenos.
No, he's this fair. Pay attention to him.
Oh, that must be a Reaper ability.
You will never get what you want. Not even the battle you pine for so dearly.
Oh yeah, this is where he died.
We beheaded him.
Mm-hmm.
He's still freaking alive.
In that transcendent moment, what was it that I sought in you? And what was it that you sought in me?
He's become oddly introspective. And thus it dawns. The day of reckoning. The trail to the end. Wait.
often have we thus assembled? To combine our knowledge and seek solutions to the problems before us.
Back at the Waking Sands, it was all we could do to address the most minor of troubles. Who could have realized what we'd find when we began to look to the sources of the realm's woes?
At the Rising Stones, we made great strides and shared many moments. From the joyous to the sorrowful.
We've had occasion to call other places home too.
And he just goes behind me. He's like, Xeno's such a dumbass. Oh my god.
Be it Ishgard or Kugane, we were fortunate to find sanctuary wherein we might take stock and continue our fight.
I was honored to host this company in the Crystarium, to stand with you all as we confronted the truth of the star itself.
And now from this place, we go to fight the most important battle of all.
Steen's just like, hey, I'm just here for this expansion. Just joined up. I don't remember all these things, but yeah, help me kill dragons
The
back
Forum has
then.
sent word. The Ark is ready. The Loporrits naturally will be commanding the vessel. They will see the 8 of you to Ultima Thule.
I wonder what their excuse will be for how we have other other players with us. Because usually it's like, oh yeah, gather up your adventurer friends. We're the only 8 there, so.
Upon arriving, your objective is to find and vanquish Meteon. As a final formality, the Forum bade me ascertain your resolve. So, are you certain you wish to do this?
Hey, Karagosa, congrats. Phantom is certainly one of the more annoying of the super bosses.
We are.
Then, ere you report to Thalmasane, I leave you with these words. You must triumph. What that means will differ for each of you. To make it back home, or to simply avert doom, or perhaps something else altogether. Yet whatever it is that drives you, I have faith in its power to see you through.
Oh, I accidentally skipped a bit. Whoops.
Triumph, as we who remain behind believe you will.
We're off to beat depression itself.
Let us be off then.
Woohoo!
Wait! Both Kryl and I will be there to see you off, but as your receptionist, I feel I need to say this here. Safe journey, all of you, and be safe.
You can count on it. Oops. Unto the heavens. Suppose this is where we part ways, for now at least. Would that I had the sage words of wisdom to share ere you depart. Mayhap the teachings of Galif Baldesian will suffice. Surrender not to anger or hatred, he said. Look beyond them and there find true strength. What one sees beyond is open to interpretation, I think, but for me, it would be the things I cherish most in life. Things I believe are worth fighting for. Something to consider as you venture into the sea of stars. Alright, off to Emporia. Oh, congrats on finishing chapter 6, Ogrepon. Very cool. Where is it? Oh, there it is, jeez. What the heck was that? Give Torgal a good pet as we head in here. Oh, CD Chow, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Hope you're doing well. And now I'm on my Whisper mount. I only need three more of the weapons, and then I'll be done with the yokai. I think Amy needs 4. Huh, I made a sale. Oh my god, there's so many people here.
Did you just say made a sale?
Yeah, I just got a notification. My retainer sold something.
Congrats.
Here's Alpha and Omega. What? The Lunatender blossoms. So many people to talk to. I did too. There's so many. So many. Brita's parents.
So basically, us doing this
Prevent anyone from escaping?
like,
Yes.
we'll be able to get to
Yeah. Unless everybody goes through the teleporter and Garlemald, but considering they're dealing with blasphemies, it's not exactly the easiest route. So, yeah, they're pretty much putting all their faith in us. What's that? Yep, that is very true. Okay, we're not going to get ether sickness. That's good. Gosh, somebody to talk to. Although the actual party has less to say. Waiting on the final component. All right.
All present and accounted for. Good.
I wonder if Hildebrand would have showed up if we did his Stormblood quests.
As you will have heard,
That would have been nice.
the Ark is ready. All that remains is to board and be on your way.
Me too.
I've seen my fair share
I know it
of
is.
tight schedules, but this was bloody murder. But we did it. We finished the ship. It's safe, fit for purpose, and looks good to boot. Aye, it's a garland through and through.
I really don't know what we'd do without you. Thank you for everything.
Ah, don't mention it. Ever since that episode with Omega, I've been toying with the idea of star-faring vessels. And as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. We've learned a lot, let me tell you. In case you're wondering about payment, the ongoing existence of the world ought to do. But feel free to throw in a colorful recounting of your journey on your return. So, have you thought of a name?
For us, Hildebrand is, well, whatever his Stormblood quests are.
A name? Wasn't everyone just calling it Father's teeny tiny toy boat?
Oh my god.
Well, seeing as its purpose has changed, I thought a more eloquent name was in order. I suggested as much to Fortuno, who seemed quite amenable to the idea.
As you know, this vessel is the culmination of heretofore unprecedented collaboration. And though said collaboration is owed to the Scions, there is another whose noble deeds made our work possible. From a fragment of Dalamud, we obtained not only advanced materials such as refined adamantite, but the knowledge to traverse the stars. And this fragment would not have found its way to us had the Archon Louisois not fought to protect this world. And in so doing, laid down his life. Now that the vessel stands complete, I cannot help but wonder if it was more than mere happenstance. If it was my father's intention to guide us here.
Kind of doubt it, to be honest. There's a lot that happened after he was gone.
That his guidance will see you all safely home. I name the vessel after that self-same fragment of Dalamud he delivered unto us. The Starship Ragnarok.
There's your Final Fantasy VIII reference, Amy.
Woo! Yay! Let's have a love story.
Yeah.
Sorry for the wait. I got everyone you asked for, and not a one less.
Oh, it's all the tribes. Even the Moogles.
What are you all doing here?
Oh, I invited them. The representatives of those tribes with religious inclinations. You've done a fine job of readying the Ragnarok, but for it to take flight, we'll of course need the power of the Mother Crystal. Given its immense size, however, transporting it would be an absolute logistical nightmare, not to mention we'd need to shatter it into tiny shards for feeding to the engines. But a brilliant idea came to me. We convert the crystal's energy into forms that can transport themselves!
Thou wouldst employ summoning. Or should I say its precursor, creation magics.
Care to explain for our benefit?
As you may have witnessed at Bestway's Burrow, the Loporrits are capable of creation magics, which they use to shape the moon's environment. Yet simple though they make it seem, 'tis a highly advanced and exacting art. To perform it correctly, requireth that the wielder holdeth the object in his mind's eye in clearest detail.
That's not good for us, considering how they ended up on the summoners. The summons, the primals ended up on the first when we were doing Eden.
Drawing upon this art, the Ascians conceived of summoning as we know it. A derivative that replaceth the complexity of concepts with the simplicity of zealotry to make manifest a creation.
I see. By combining the Loporrits' magics and the tribe's faith, we convert the Mother Crystal into primals of purer form and greater obedience. Summoning as it was intended,
wild.
one might say.
Like the old Final Fantasies.
While Heidelin gave us the ability to use creation magics, she forbade us from using it to make anything possessed of a soul, or similar. She didn't say anything about fulfilling the desires of others, though. So, borrowing our friend's faith, we'll create deities using the Mother Crystal's power and send them to the Ragnarok!
Am I the only one here concerned about the risk of being turned into a tempered mini?
Oh, right, I was getting to that. From what I've read in Sharlayan tomes, it appears the Ascians incorporated an additional nasty element into their summoning method. The fervent desire to assimilate others into one's belief. Beings thus created are instilled with the self-same desire and use their powers to enthrall people, starting with the summoner. In contrast, our creation magics, the original and the best, except no substitutes, don't incorporate any of that rubbish, so there's no risk of tempering. I mean, if the being was on the scale of Zodiac, you might feel a little tug, but I think we'll be safe enough.
Yeah, summoning like in traditional Final Fantasies. There you go. Summoning was never meant to be like that. That's cool. Good night, Smitty.
When the avatars of our faith ran amok, you intervened without decrying we who birthed them. Where others vilified and suppressed us, you offered understanding and friendship.
Yes, we need the power of good King Moggle Mog.
Share with you the true expressions of our gods, not malevolent deities, but benevolent saviors.
Ramu.
Alright, you lot, we're heading to the ethereal sea. Stay in sight, else you're liable to get lost.
Lead the way.
May we have a moment?
Sure, why not?
In anticipation of the day man might journey to the stars, we developed these.
A book.
Portable teleportation devices. One for each of you, designed to work in tandem. Press the button on one, and in a matter of moments, all 8 will activate and send their owners back to the Ragnarok. There is no telling what hazards you may encounter. If you find yourself separated or lost, please do not hesitate to use them. Be safe, all of you, and come back.
You as well. I pray you take care.
Looks like everything is in order, so I'll go ahead and board. A few of my fellows will remain to assist with the summonings, but rest assured, the vessel won't want for competent crewing.
We got sleeping away on the job.
If you are ready, then you should board as well. Go. And Godspeed.
I imagine that the quest will start getting a bit shorter now that the, you know, the final travels are upon us. Okay, it's all the same dialogue. Oh, Arjdan has a wind-up Ragnarok. That's cool. That looks awesome. Oh, Alpha's laughing at me. Oh well. If you would come this way, I will direct you to the bridge. Huh? Because I said, oh, the quest might get shorter now that now that all the setup for this. Yep. I mean, this is a long journey, so this makes sense. Oh, I know we still have a full zone left, but still. Mm-hmm. Yep, there's sleeping away. There's our pilot.
Welcome to the bridge, everyone! I hope you have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back. Right then, make yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
It's a good question. Oh well.
It's incredible.
This is Fortuno. Can you hear me? The preparations for the summonings are complete. In accordance with the 14th phase of the plan,
Of course it's
we
the
have
14th
moved
phase.
the Ragnarok to the launch site. The gates are open. You may depart when ready.
Hey, Kobama.
So, are we ready?
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's get going.
Oh, come on. A burnt out star's got more fire in its belly. Try it again, with feeling.
Give us a lally ho.
Which one?
Nah, I'm taking this one. You can give it to Alpha though if you want.
Alright. He said me, but
I get to do the cool pose.
No, you speak for each other. Do it.
Engage!
Engaged!
Oh my gosh. You certainly got more dialogue than me.
Ragnarok, engage.
Yep. Off we go.
Oh, is this like the Power Rangers?
Yeah, it feels very much Power Rangers. Oh, that looks cool. That's a heck of a sight.
So awesome.
It gives me such Xenosaga vibes. I don't know if you'd be fully into it, but...
This looks so cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's the summoning. Dang. The transference of the primal, the mother crystal. Hey, Ifrit. Titan. All the primals we fought. There's Ramu. I missed that one. There's Leviathan. Yes, there's Mogomog. Why? It's because they're...
That I must carry landwalkers into the sky.
Because they're the true forms of what their faith would actually wrought. Their creation magics. They just don't have the...
Do not sulk, sir.
Yes, they're transferring the power of the Mother
My
Crystal.
mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay,
They're the
they
power
may
source,
serve
basically.
also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory.
She's always like that.
It is an occasion to rejoice.
But Lord of the Revel is always about it.
Let us revel.
Oh, there's Bismarck.
So long as the wind blows freely, I suppose all is as it should be in creation.
Get the sense Yoshi P really likes Garuda.
I will render unto them a storm, that they may pierce the firmament and fly free!
Susanoo was the only one that was summoned with first without the corrupted ritual that Emet-Selch tricked the other tribes into doing. Oh, wow. We must go to ludicrous speed. My God, we've gone plaid.
Still in one piece? Good. Sleeping way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even.
Oh, so things moving automatically.
Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch.
Voice actor? The Pixie Fairy thing?
I don't know. Honestly, don't.
All right. Let's go over some points of caution. Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch edge of emptiness. That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any. But everything will be fine.
I think Living Wage might be my favorite character of this expansion.
So you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours. Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive and the vessel will shake a good bit.
Wow, this was fast. Good God.
What is this? Something is interfering with the equipment.
Well, now I'm getting Xenogears vibes.
Greetings.
Oh, hey Meteon. Oh, hi Meteon.
The evil version. Bring back the cute one. Bring back the sweet blue one.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Meteon.
I don't know if that is Meteon.
I mean, they're all Meteon.
So this is Meteon.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters? I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Atheris. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost. Stolen away by events beyond your control. There is
Well, that's
no
why, by
loss
certain
to
angles,
your
she looks like
meaning.
Lydia from Beetlejuice.
You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident. Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric. Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural and cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you. We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial. And in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury. I know it well. For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours.
Ooh.
Suffocated and extinguished now.
Gotta get those freaky angles.
I can't breathe. You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end. Where those who yet valiantly cling to life cannot thrive.
Good Thangred go. He's definitely felt the most suffering.
By the Fury. Thancred?
Meteon has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination.
Not permanently.
This
We've seen him in the Dawn Trail.
is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this.
I don't know what to expect.
Atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
Ironic.
Did you see what Alpha said?
Oh, the Thancred holding his breath? Yeah.
If that's the case, then Thancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's go and have a look.
I wasn't sure if they'd mentioned it in here, so I didn't say anything.
Perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End.
Probably the last time we'll hear Emmett Selk.
In following their path walked and history written, I am made keenly aware of one truth. Though the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell.
Okay, this place looks
So,
sweet. Dark and depressing, but also kind of beautiful.
I say. Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
This place is cool.
Is this a dead star?
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. Well, the environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
The thing on the logo wasn't the moon. Oh boy. It was this dead star that we're just beneath. And yet here's everybody.
Joe's over here making stuff.
Oh my god. Oops. That's so funny. Gotta love it. I can't guarantee it will be of help in these strange surrounds, but I've readied a provisions note in case of emergency. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok at once. We're fortunate this place can support life, albeit barely, I suspect, given the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that. We must find, we must find Thancred. Let's begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems like a good direction as any. So, Stane just said, we are huge fans of the music here. Sounds like someone's holding a boombox out in the street.
So true. Oh look, Jerry's here.
Oh, nice. Somebody's getting abducted. Oh yeah, he's getting abducted. I have no idea. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another.
Oh well, Cod is here.
Aww.
Son. Stanley. Wait, I didn't ask you.
Relatively sizable map. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna... I might as well get some of the experience from exploring. Look down a cliff whenever I can. As soon as I come to one, I would definitely will. Oh, that's just Endless Stars. I'm reminded of, oh god, what was that game we played on Xbox that was all about space exploration? Stellar Dragons. That seems nice. Outer Wilds. That's it. Thank you. Thank you, Alpha and Fa. Maybe I do want to be my Dragoon. Just because 2,900 experience is not exactly a ton that I'm losing out on. Ruins, but of what I wonder? Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. These remains have long since turned to ash, and yet they retain their form. The enemy? Oh no, not that. I haven't seen that yet. The metallic pillar has been partially melted, like someone sometime in the distant past. Oh wow. Huh.
Is this where Midgard's fled from?
Maybe.
We saw it there.
That'd be something. It would explain all the dragons. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately. Rather, it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heat of battle.
There's a live dragon in here, stellar dragon.
Yeah, those are the enemies. It is quite dark. I hopefully it brightens a bit. The weather is down. Astromagnetic storm is our weather. Look here, this part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggested as man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive them.
Why aren't they commenting that there's live enemies around?
Because there's just always going to be enemies around. They don't comment on the other enemies, so... I know, but it's just... You just gotta go with it. It's Metteon putting out the stuff, I suppose. Or Corruptions. Or maybe they will comment on it later. I don't know. I think this might be... Yeah, I think you are right. This might be the home of the dragons, though. Or the previous home of the dragons. Oh, okay. Time Sage confirms it will be explained, Amy. So that's good. I try to wait and see with these things and try not to, I guess.
You theorize too. I was just theorizing.
Okay. Sorry, it sounded like you're asking me questions. Like, I don't know.
Well, I'm just throwing out like questions and theories. I always question things.
Yes, you do. That is very true. I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. A poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If Thancred is here, I'd never know it. Well, from what I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. Are you going to take a look? Sea of stars indeed. And eventually we'll be able to fly around in here. It is weirdly pretty. Oh yeah, we've talked about it right at the beginning, just Karika. Were you able to find anything? As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which unfortunately isn't very far. Though I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. Okay, there's the dragon. I think I might see something over there. Yeah, it's so much clearer. Mine's dark. I'm jealous. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. Wait, only we can see the dragons?
I guess that would explain it then.
Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Well, that's weird. Could play with the graphic settings a bit up to up the brightness. Okay, it does get less dark. We'll just keep it here for now. Agreed. We found only more questions when we were in desperate need of answers. There's a fair stretch of terrain from the ship's port side we've yet to explore. Let us try searching there then.
So the reason they haven't used the teleportation thing is why?
That's if they're afraid of something and they go, you know, just immediately go back to the ship.
Yeah, wouldn't that bring him back though? Theoretically?
Oh yeah, it would. Yeah, that's a really good point. because it does everyone. So yeah, they could. That would be the easiest way to get Thancred back. Huh. A word before we join the others. Very interesting that only we can see the dragons. That thing in the distance, like an exploding crater reef thing, is wild. Oh, you got some dynamis crystals, Amy. Oh, the dragons. You see them too, don't you? The dragons. Ah, Stinian can. As I thought, their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgardsormr and mine with Nidhogg is what allows us to perceive them.
Ah, interesting.
Could these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live in Arthuris? Sumo Wendy, maybe you're imagining the dragons.
Nice.
Better leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well.
First things first.
Oh, God. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder? God. I don't know. This place does look pretty radioactive.
Don't they also have a song about bones or something?
I don't know. I haven't listened to a lot of their songs in a while. Oh. Actual dragons we can talk to. Interesting. Ghosts.
Dragons? Here?
What you see is a memory of a world that once was. A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
Our friend Thancred, where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not?
The heck?
Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words.
Oh, that's scary.
She dissipated him?
Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send. I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul? In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade.
Wow, this place only exists because of Thancred.
Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure.
Why do I get the feeling we're going to be slowly losing allies?
Your breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business.
It's futile. You will never reach the true me. I told you, emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch. Walk, but not advance.
Yep, our friends are totally going to be sacrificing themselves so we can actually fight her.
Meteon holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
Yeah, maybe they'll give their lives too to keep making it more
I do not know.
tangible.
That would
Gave
make
his life
sense.
That we might come this far. We must press on.
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
They have to stay determined. It's dictated by emotions. They cannot fall into despair. Let's get the legal purple. Why not? Don't forget to check the quest names. The first one was, oh gosh, yeah, Burning Wing. Are those Latin words? Latin symbols? Yeah. Greek symbols. Okay. I think we had alpha in there before, so this is, oh, it looks like epsilon or something. I don't know. On burdened wings. Soul without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, 'tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm that we might confront and defeat Meteon. Estinian, Milan, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I would ask the rest of you to survey these surrounds. If there is a path that would lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Very well, we can reconvene here when everyone is finished. Meteon has said these dragons are shadow and shade from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not likely to be amenable to company, let alone conversation, so please be careful. Hey, Warbot. Going well, I'd say. The W-looking symbol is a lowercase omega. I see. Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world, thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame, oh, how we would adore thee, alas. With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march unto oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Yeesh. I'm just getting the etherite. Huh. I'm talking to somebody else we don't need to talk to, Neshor. Ere the metal came, my kin were many and splendid, elegant worms like unto the ripples of water, worms possessed of limbs so powerful as to rend the land in twain. Worms I have long since forgotten, faces lost to the tides of time. The metal came. Huh. Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost, so glorious, so beautiful. We were a proud and noble race, strength embodied, we knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver, no bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. So it looks like they got invaded. A crushing defeat, never had we known such shame. Stilled now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened with ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion. Who would have guessed we would have found the source of the dragons? Thou wouldst bid me speak? Folly. I observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar. Only watch, and wait, and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Am Nol, the cradle of unsung dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go if that will be thy will. I shall remain. Oh, gotta go this way. Oops. We need a light. Perfect. Music doesn't even change for battle. These eggs remind me of Alien, and that's concerning. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and a proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground, or it was. I've seen similar on Aetheris. Midgard Surmir's kind once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. Vertra said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Yeah.
How did you get there?
Walked. Well, I followed the map and there was it was just an alcove. Oh, right there. Yeah, that opening. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. The gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mass soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. Yeesh. A murky liquid is pooled inside this eggshell. The noxious odor is indicative of contamination. Sounds like they were all infected. The egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragon within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. If the dragonet was indeed hatched, there was no sign of it here, or its sire for that matter. We should look for them. You start with the cliff tops, and I'll search the plains. Just for explanations, origins, I assume. There's a lot of empty space on this map, so maybe not as big as it might look. Yeah. I'm too high up. Aha. Bereaved dragon. With a little one. Oh gosh, we gotta take out the malformed dragonette. Man, it feels very appropriate that I'm a dragoon right now. Huh. I didn't realize you found a sightseeing spot. That's cool. Good job. Huh.
Is that like Alpha? Like those metal creatures?
Maybe? Maybe Omega did this? Oh.
See?
Yeah, I was up high and then I just went down and yeah. The boisterous howling hath been quieted, by thy hand, I presume. Everything all right? I thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one.
Oh, I never even saw it. Someone else killed it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh. What did it look like?
It was a dragonette, just a baby dragon. It was all malformed. Yeah.
Why?
It attacked. I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps. Some eggs within Omnol are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. Yet I do not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. 'Twas a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. Yeah. The survivors sought to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In purest soil replete with ether did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survived to hatch emerge as abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying into other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won. They too were reduced to ash and waste. Wow, Midgardsormr really looked out. 'Tis the curse of those who seek life, to be drawn into conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet and merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there is another star. Oh, Johnny's here. I just noticed that the council has spoken. Oh my god. Just realized somebody has the thing, Lisa's right fist. Almost thought that said foot. Ah, the quest out of dragons. So it's a dragon quest. The council. Of course. Robin, you must be so dizzy. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Thanks for the raid. It kind of is a raid. Oh gosh. They want only to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed. What?
How do you do that fire thing on that bird?
Oh, the phoenix? You can do that. It's just an action. I did it before. It should replace some of your stuff. Yeah, that one. Look at your hotbar. Yeah. Yeah, see? You didn't. Oh, wow, you didn't know that. Oh, thanks, John. Just wishing luck with the rest of the area. Have fun. Yeah, I'm certainly intrigued. And who knows how far we are from the end? The sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand, and wish that I did not. What fools we were. But now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. The council leaves. Bye, council. Eventually we'll get to fly like them. We'll be content current with them soon, Amy. Feels unreal, doesn't it? Johnny had it easy. He joined up in Heaven's Ward. He had far less to catch up with. He just had close to a decade of waiting to get the end of the story.
He doesn't have 4 children. I blame that.
Actually, I just realized I could have teleported, but that's alright. Far less. I was garbage at the game. I gotta say, as a god, it'd be such a time capsule to go back and watch your original preview or original video that you did on Heaven's Ward and Realm Reborn. Because you said there was what, 10 hours of game time when you did that video? I was so bad at it.
No way.
That's something you should look that up, Amy. That'd be something to see.
All right, that'll make me feel better
Because Amy still thinks she's garbage, so. And she's not. She's definitely not. You better not have deleted it, Johnny.
Can Good night, Johnny. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, thank you. Later. Take care. Oh, that's wonderful. Who made that for you? He has his character in the Final Fantasy I victory pose, like the old school ones. Johnny, he has an emote.
Oh, really?
It's a pixelated version of Jahan.
Oh, I see it.
And it's doing the victory dance from the old games. That's amazing. I love that. Yep, we've reached Ultima Thule store, Mech. I'm garbage, Amy says, despite us clearing the Heidelin trial first time yesterday.
I know, but ours are just like, you killed me.
No.
So I was like, I'm terrible.
No, you're not. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you, Milan, Estinian. As for our part, I believe we are more acutely aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing to be found. Alpha says, do you have any idea how rare it is for people to clear that trial without wiping several times?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Aww. There's no small amount of debris floating about. Could there be enough to serve as a bridge to lead us elsewhere? I considered that, and so I tried throwing a stone into a potential platform to judge its integrity, but it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. I would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. I did it with duty sport and only cleared on the first try because of the extra lives. Wow. Which is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Lapras to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Meteon told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key, but I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. So what you're saying is we've no way forward. At present, if it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Meteons but the dragons that holds us here. They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there was no way for the dragons or anyone here on this island to advance. We gotta cheer them up. A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. Maybe they don't have to sacrifice themselves. Maybe we just have to cheer up everybody. Free therapy for all. If that is the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife, without irrefutable proof that the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Meteon meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner, by overpowering the prevailing emotions. Twas Ultima Thule's architect, Meteon herself, against whom Thancred did pit himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them, as such I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most. Potent enough mayhap to dictate the course for others. And thus their domain is to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and temper alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart, but mayhap one of you will fare better. Then I shall guide thee. Al End, they call him, in the dragon tongue. Probably All End. Thou would find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water. Well, what have we to lose? Let's get going. Caragosa, Show Dragons a funny B movie. It's a good thing you said a funny B movie and not the funny B movie, because the B movie is not funny.
Oh, come on.
Good night, Cat Evie.
It's got meme-worthy funniness.
Awkward funniness.
You like jazz?
Exactly, that. Oops, excuse me, bumped the mic. I thought it was closer. I'm going in the wrong direction. This is why I always open up the main map rather than just follow the arrow. Unless you can fly. I didn't even realize that was water. It looked like oil.
One of the other dragons I talked to is next to a pool of water like that. He says it's basically poison.
Jeez. Yeah, that's for sure.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this.
I feel like this is music from Heaven's Ward.
Waiting to die like all the others, are you?
Our pride is crushed and our souls corrupted. The winds are stilled and the heavens offer no comfort. There is nothing left for our kind. Our long lives a curse as we await the end. Still as stone we shall become.
So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all.
Our kin on another star? And yet upon thee I do smell the blood of my brethren. Were they drawn into discord and war on their new home?
They were. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
It mattereth not whither we fly. Ever will a sanguine ocean await us. Ever will retribution's wheel turn. And so, on the last of my pride as a dragon, I break free of this wheel. I renounce conflict, exile myself from the other, never again to be touched by the flames of hatred.
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict.
I imagine. I think you're each going to get a moment.
You must be willing to confront it. To stare into the face of your foe and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity. And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
What the? Oh, it's Meteon. That bird is Meteon.
Estinian!
Stay back. illusion that bars our way. The rest is up to you.
It's like the emotions that we gave the Elpis.
No! Not Estinian too!
There's a wind.
How did you know?
I've read a lot of books. I know I can feel story beats.
Sacrificed himself to remake this place, like Thancred did.
Oh, Alphino.
Thank God you know Dawn Trail is coming. Else you'd be a wreck right now.
Yep. Sure.
Come. Let us follow the wind.
So mad at this game. Like,
It will not lead us astray.
Ophelia from me. You took
He
Parsifal
would
from
not.
me.
Just
You took Brita from me.
taking every single Scion from you. I don't think it takes away from the gravity of the situation. They very much point out that their souls are still there.
Yeah, they even said themselves that he's not gone to us.
Mm-hmm. Time Sage, they could be lying to you in that trailer. Just to throw off the people who've not finished Endwalker.
And now we can find air cannons too.
Oh, that's actually a nice, smart idea. It's actually a cool method of expanding this area. Starts out smaller and just gets bigger and bigger.
Totally right. Does this always be the price to push forward?
Yeah, the music has changed.
Yeah, there's more to it now. This is, I like this build up.
Mm-hmm. It feels very, well, final. it is definitely that build up to the end. I'm gonna say it now, unless Endwalker drops the ball, which in my opinion it really hasn't. I like this more than Shadowbringers. Shadowbringers is an excellent self-contained story mostly. This is an excellent culmination. Ooh, I'm looking forward to it.
You get to see the sky better.
Wow. Powerful Gale has delivered you to another island. The other Scions should arrive before long. I love this. So much more interesting than just the moon. He did it. He found a way forward for us. I love culminations. If you can end a story well, that is impressive. The dragons remained trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war. Yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. We get to see each of their journeys. And he's still fighting Alphino, just like Thancred. Their sacrifices are why we can survive here, why we still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give in to despair, and we mustn't either. Alzay is right. We must press on for their sake. Oh, no, this is... Shadowbringers and Endwalker are far better than Heavensward, in my opinion. I respect the opinion of Geeky Griffin, but Heavensward is great as a nice expansion on what
Reborn stands.
I think you'll find very few of those. But there are probably even fewer 1.0 stands. I'm glad.
I don't think it's my favorite.
Oh man. Look at this. Roads paved ice?
In sacrifice?
No, it's just...
No, roads paved in sacrifice.
Oh.
I think that's what it is.
It could be.
Or by sacrifice?
Maybe by sacrifice since they're next to each other? That is good. Oh, that's good. Oh no, none of the expansions are bad. I mean, I like Stormblood more than most. As Justola and Alzay said, we must continue. Oh, just my favorite. Okay. No, that's fair. That's fair. Sorry about the misinterpretation, Geeky Griffin. Notice a change in our surroundings. Perhaps this is the memory of an altogether different world. 'Twould be prudent to learn more of it then. Tread carefully lest we lose our footing in this sand.
That would be interesting if each section was a different, ending star.
Yeah, I bet that's how it's going to be the case, especially with the way you found that sightseeing point.
Yeah.
That's likely how it works. Realm Reborn needed to just be good. That's all it needed to just give people.
It was a good,
well, that's
happy,
it is.
non-stressful
It
time.
is, but it's also one of those things where you you say that, but then you have the whole
Except
attack
for
on the
the
Waking
banquet.
Sands.
And that. Okay, there was.
It was there.
Never mind.
It was always there.
But then Philia was there.
Yes.
I really miss her. It was when life was simpler.
Much simpler. Although I guess now it's technically simpler. We did, rather than a bunch of different enemies to fight, we just have this one.
Yeah. I don't know. I've liked all of them.
Oh yeah. It's hard to complain about any of them. Were it not for the violet crystal embedded in its surface, 'twould appear as an ordinary stone. A curious script hath been etched upon them. Alas, it is not a language with which I am familiar. I cannot say I recognize it either. Nor I. The dragons, from what I recall, preserve their knowledge in song and eschew the written word entirely, so we may assume this is the work of another race, one we have yet to encounter. Mithion claimed the dragon's world suffered a slow death, seeking the release of oblivion. What life we find here, like as not, doth wend its way towards a similar end. What do you suppose that is over there? I'm not sure, but it's hard to make out at this distance, but it seems its surface seems to bear the same crystals as this monument. Meaning there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. We should go and have a look. Come on. In Japanese, the quest title characters / moji are slowly replaced by more and more asterisks. Oh, they do love their asterisks. That's how they they'll have asterisks in there to cover up the fact that they're saying a copyrighted material. And it's I've only appeared in some yeah, it's like an anime and manga thing that I've noticed. Ghostly figure.
There's so much to see. It's so interesting.
Well, this is an interesting
What
being.
if we find the metal things that took over the dragon?
Well, I think it's implied that it's Omega that took him out.
Okay, so my theory was right?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Hello, travelers. This is the most unexpected occurrence.
This guy looks interesting.
Oh, hello there. Is this your home? Yeah, it's like weird angel ghost. Indeed it is. Ah, forgive me, I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting with those with whom one is unacquainted. When the vibration of the vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intention, Ia, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature to address my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Kopkoog. Kopkood? Kopkood. Yes, Kofkood of the Ia. Kofkood. We have encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of ether, or dynamis as this space is suffused with vast quantities of. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive then. That is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Oh, Ia is the Sumerian god of knowledge. Oh, that's cool. That's interesting. Like yourselves, we Ia are ether-based life forms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. In total, I prepared 198,712,108,827. That's rather a lot, isn't it? Oh, Lexan Zeno says also means to be in one of Tolkien's languages. Oh, I did not know that. That's awesome. I wonder if they did pull from Tolkien. That would be something. My apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh, and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Hey, here is live. Doing very well. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environment. And the reason you need to regain the corporeal forms is? Why, to bring an end to our existence, of course. Well, that's dark. He seemed so cheery before. Though need is perhaps too strong a word, it would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric exsanguinators, but such a death seems inadequate.
That's a word for blood.
Ah. Sanguine? Oh, that's...
Something like that.
Huh.
Or at least it's similar to it. It's close. Like in French.
Yeah. I just realized he has eyes like a black mage. I like him. Yeah, I like him. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of impermanence in one's final moments, an experience found only with bodies of flesh. Who's going to communicate with these guys? My guess is probably Y'shtola, since she lost her body at some point in the ethereal sea. We should very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well, to ensure efficacious exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of the Ia, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans, in which case your cooperation is greatly appreciated.
I'm guessing this is Y'shtola's moment?
That's what my guess is. I'm going to guess Alphino is going to be the last. Alphino or Alizae. I must caution you, however.
Is he also thirsts for knowledge? But it feels like her.
Yeah. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the Ia wandering the desert. Their desire for bodies of flesh can be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. This is going rather smoothly, not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. though I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to unmake all they have created. At any rate, we will find no answers dallying here. Let us be on our way. Ostrakhan Tria. What thing? I haven't. Oh. Oh, weird. More violet-colored crystals. I cannot place my finger on it, but there is something unsettling about them. The Isle of Dragons was shrouded in the silence of the dead, yet the stillness here doth suggest the Ia are, by and large, merely sleeping? I should not be surprised their concept of a village is so different from ours, and yet... something tells me we have a different definitions of the word abode. They said there would be others, but I don't know what I was expecting. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers, you will find, remain idle in their domiciles, though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures there. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in a motile state, rest assured they would not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts toward one of their crystalline domiciles to communicate. Time to gather more information. Crystal cocoons. Interesting that there's no response. Makes you wonder if they're all... he's the only one left. Oh, no, here we go. True. Ah, you wish to speak? Very well, pray a moment if you would. Yeah, true. Oh, wow. Polyglot just cleared the 100th floor for the of the Palace of the Dead for the Mogpendium. Yeah, I need to do that too. I'd like the 50. Easy 50 Mog... well, easy. 50 Mogpendium. Clear 100 floors of the Palace of the Dead. I don't think it's hard. I think it's just long. I've always kind of meant to do it, or wanted to do it at some point. Why seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment, I must remember. What form did I take when I last emerged? It goes fast to just, used to learn Summoner. Oh, it's been a while since I played Summoner, but I enjoyed Summoner.
Have you done it at all?
What, Palace of the Dead? Little bits here and there. I don't think I've even made it to floor 50 before, so it's very, very little. Yeah. The strange mooning comes and goes, but soon fades into silence. I need to decide whether I want to level up my Machinist, my Dark Knight, or my Sage next. Honestly, probably be a good idea to go through a Sage just to learn that, since I mostly have Dark Knight learned as far as how to be a tank. Mostly. But I don't know if I want to go through something like that as a healer. Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses? I see. If they failed to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated ether now. Worry not, there are no others who have need of those lodgings, and they will not prove a hindrance to remain as they are. But more importantly, you said some few did answer your request for an audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long. I think it's... Isn't it? I think it's just a... Oh, it's 200. Jesus. $200 is ridiculous. Flesh abandoned. Getting some interesting characters here. And there's more of these things like Oh, Shell Shock. I don't know if they... looks like they didn't rate us, but they gave us a shout out apparently. That's interesting. Thank you. I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few Ia have awakened. Ah, there they are. Oh, after 100 it's just harder remixes of the first half. Oh, so there's no real point to go for the 200 unless you want stuff. May I introduce you to Lalak, Dudik, and Nanid. Hello. It has been too long, Kofkud. I dare say Saturn Eve as Saturn 4, whatever, has completed an orbit. Saturn 4? Indeed, until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers? Ah, of course. The ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. The truth of the matter is it's plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirements for scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them awaken you. Now you do get titles for it. Do I care about titles that much? Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Nay, thou art not. In the absence of corporeal forms... Ah! Hey, Shellshock! Thank you so much for that raid. We are currently playing through Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker as we work to get caught up in time for Dawn Trail. Looks like you guys were playing some Thousand Year Door. All is going well. How's Thousand Year Door going? What chapter are you on at this point? And is this your first time playing Thousand Year Door? I imagine not, but it's possible. We are close to the end of the expansion itself. We won't be finishing it tonight, but we are certainly exploring this last area. Chapter 5 and first time. Ooh, I hope you're liking it. Such good stuff. Special glamours, minions. Oh, minions. There's a whole reason to go to 200, Amy. Get yourself some minions. First. Oh, that's awesome. I haven't picked it up myself, but eventually I'll get it. Eventually. That is not surprising. I've heard a lot of people say the same thing, Shellshock, that it's their favorite. Wow, might like it more than Mario RPG. I think there's a bit more meat to it. Playing the Mario RPG remake, it still is, you know, nice. It's a pleasant time as ever, obviously, but I think there's a bit more meat to Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door. Oh god, Geeky Griffin eventually wants to get the solo 200 title. Oh boy. Oh, that'd be wonderful, Boo Scary Helicopter, if Super Paper Mario gets it, but I kind of doubt it. We'll see. I feel like they'll go more new game, more traditional next. Maybe. Hopefully. By the way, Kofkud, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? That which one is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. So weird. No worries, Shellshock. Thank you for raiding. Oh. Ah, yes. So long has it been. It had completely escaped my mind, and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. The way their heads come off. What the hell? Neither do I. Pity. I was hoping you would. I did, but I forgot all of a sudden. I forgot sense. Oh, flesh abandoned. Perhaps we can search the archives for the answer. Come now, Nidog. They need whatever. The archives have long been frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dollar. Surely you recall that much. Ah, of course. Food. The customers to serve food. Beings of flesh such as they must regularly replenish their ether. By contributing to their replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. That's right, that's right. We duly invite you to join us in communal repast, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we had a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. I have no idea how this is all going to go. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest ether. What weird little guys. How delightful. No, take care, Yukime. Oh god, threat of ether sickness once again. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you would take your place with your comrades, the space will soon be awash with purest ether. Please absorb as much as you like. I feel like this is not going to go well. We were told to stand wherever you like. This strikes me as less of a meal and more of a ritual. Well, you're still as confident at least. It almost seems like the way they're dying is just starving themselves to death out of just running out of ether. You brace yourself for a rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer. I think they're out of ether. You brace yourself again, but again, nothing seems to happen. Just as I had suspected. As meticulously as one might recreate Ia's homeworld, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Amarat. However appearances may seem, we must be ever mindful that it is the memories of the dead with whom we deal. So, did you have your fill of ether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. Of deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? Gross. Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. To think that their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail but wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? You flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the Ea yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancement. By transcending all limitations, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the tangible such as land to the intangible such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see. Too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations, until we finally decided to challenge the last of them all, the limit of knowledge. Science boring you?
No, I'm just tired.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, that's... No, it's okay. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomena and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believe that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. It has to be Y'shtola or Urianger. It's one of those two that are next. And did you find the answers you sought? Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we will share it with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessed of corporeal forms, their lives readily ended. As those who have gone before, is it not our duty to warn them? What thinkest thou? Hey, Simidon. Oh no. We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, a place called Eligea. Oh yeah, it's definitely Y'shtola in that case, based on Urianger's words. We continue the streak. Y'shtola almost dies again. They actually found a way to do it. I didn't even have that realization until now. How many fake outs is that now? One for each expansion? Tis true that lack of knowledge can be good for you. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely not going to be a happy tale, as Alphino says. One must wonder how they'll manage to fake out Killer and Dawntrail. It's a good question. Fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let us learn what has led to such an enlightened people to this indolent end. Where knowledge leads. Ooh, infinity marker. Ere we join the Ea, there is one trifling matter I would fain investigate. Milan, Grahatia, might I trouble you for your assistance? But of course. My thanks. We shall head outside the abode if you would kindly follow me. I know not what mischief you are plotting, Urianger, but I trust you have our best interest at heart. The rest of us shall go on ahead to Eligea. Don't you worry, we won't start without you. Ooh, excuse me. Looking at this, I think we're going to naturally explore every part of this area. Oh, I see your weird disc guys now. The Luminions. Just avoid that. Oh, look, another one. A spring, and a sizable one at that. I hadn't noticed it amidst the dunes. Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring that you wish to investigate? Pray forgive me, my friends, but there is naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. Oh, later, Karagosa. Thanks for joining. You have our undivided attention. As we have established, here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra that they believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? Which one are you going to say? Which one did you say? Oh, okay. Taking her hearts into herself. I'm inclined to agree. If Meteion can take the emotions of others as her own, I dare say she would be able to recreate them more faithfully than she had relied on any historical account. By which logic, she must have visited them while they still lived, the dragons and the Ea both. So too did I theorize, and upon that assumption consider how those two races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Meteion perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own, a heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an Enteleki. In the course of her starfaring journey, she encountered beings who strongly desired a cessation of their existence. She would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possesseth the power to grant it, the power of Dynamis. 'Tis my supposition that, overwhelmed by their longing for death, Meteion did unleash Dynamis and ushered the dragons and the Ea unto their doom. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray ask yourselves this. In the place where you stand, whose is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Ne'er again would I betray your trust. This pledge I did make to my comrades, and bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Exarch. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound for thy demise. I ask now that thou returnest the favor, and abide in faith as I fulfill mine own destiny. Oh, it's going to be Oriage. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis indelicate of me, I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet even if I must needs go to such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I found within. The answer to the question, at what moment might I stand strongest? After all we've been through, I will say only this. Do what you must, and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend, I shall. Without further ado then, let us go join our comrades. Let us be off too, to Elagea. Yep, absolutely made his choice. For sure. Amy's finally becoming a fan.
To be fair, he won me back when he lived in the fairy world.
Ah, yeah. Seems everyone is accounted for. Shall we then?
Please continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Very well. Bear in mind, however,
what interesting voices.
The purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world.
I love that.
With regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb 3.
I like that all their voices are a combination of men and women.
As such, in order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
So they didn't leave, and they weren't extinguished until the final days?
The universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand, having remained entirely in the bounds of your star. The phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated. Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery. The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter into an eternal ice age. In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous, we scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it.
They achieved immortality, and they still found that there was going to be a death. There was going to be an end. That's why they lost hope.
Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators.
Yep. How do you put fear into a mortal? See the heat death of the universe.
Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls. Though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture. Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge. Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
That's cool hearing Ishtolov get so get so much conviction.
But our science failed us.
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years,
yeah, definitely.
I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the air.
I think it was just Oriange being like,
I'm not keeping this secret.
Yeah, eventually I'm going to do the same as everybody else.
She and him shared that look.
Mm-hmm.
So that was him saying, okay, I'm not telling you guys this because I did it before with Raha. I'm not going to keep you guys from knowing that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
But of one thing am I absolutely certain.
Yeah, it's true.
I would not be happier in ignorance.
Ishtola, no! You mustn't!
I think Alice is going to be the last.
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words.
I don't know, but it could be Alpha. I think it's one of the twins, but Alice is the most like bond and wants to keep people around.
Nay, it is when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow.
Lux and Zeno. Counterpoint. Science is cool and I like learning new things about the world.
The universe may end, and all may be for naught. But I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge. And no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
I just like knowing things.
I suppose it is only to be expected. Death feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying
Yep,
gravity
exactly.
of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you, and we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Hey, Meteon.
Keep calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it. Azim's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back.
Oh yeah, the thing that Heidelin gave us.
But you mustn't, for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic.
Until we've won.
We came here knowing what victory may cost. So press on. Press on, and do not look back.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Riange.
My resolve hath never been as
I know.
Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret.
Maybe.
In spite of this,
Could
I
be.
may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats.
It's like, it's the punctuation on their character arcs up to this point.
I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality. Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
Half the group gone.
What's this? An extinguished civilization. Rekindled.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
See Polyglot's comment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There. That's where you'll find me.
Is that another star?
Oh
Of
dear.
the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn, alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you. To all life on beautiful Atheris.
Which is why she's taking us out of the ether flow.
To
then somebody
that
gets
end,
turned into a blasphemous.
we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friend's emotions fade away, along with their protection.
Oh boy.
Are they? Supposed to be, or is it just?
I don't know. Maybe it's a degradation type thing. Victory lost. I'm curious what. Oh. So we've reached the level 90 quests. Should we stop here for now?
Oh, I didn't even realize it was midnight.
Yeah. It's midnight. Let's take a, I'm going to take a quick look at things just to make sure that our next, I basically want to ensure that our next time will be the finale of Endwalker, since we're so close. So looking at it, we have there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 quests left in the 90s. You'll probably get there at this rate. Okay. Yeah, we still have all of this to get through. Oh look, we actually have the side quest stuff. Some fairly long quests, but decent chance of ending Monday. Let's do one more, Amy, and then we'll call it. Just to have that nice even 5 that might get us to that point. Victory lost? I don't know what the heck the middle stuff in there is. This is probably the best stop point if you don't want to take at least another 45 minutes-ish. Is this next quest that long? Yeah, let's meet. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. This is what So said. Let's meet the next dead civilization. We'll stop with this quest after this quest. Then let us make for where that light shone. Ishtola and Oriange have opened the way for us. I wonder what this place will look like by the time we can make it to Meteon. That's a pretty celestial body. You see the blue? Oh, you're gonna fight. When we're traveling to the next area, there's a pretty blue ball. See, we got hiccups. And yes, the music has evolved again. Oh, there's Amy. So you were actually heading in that direction. Beating up people. Oh. Tube. Yes, I can feel it. The ether emanating from the arcane pattern. This is a portal and no mistake. Let us see where it leads. What screens?
But I thought that
Oh yeah, those yeah, that is a mount.
So is this the world that attacked the dragons then?
Oh yeah, I think it is.
These are like the little alpha.
There's beta, so that makes sense. Very interesting. Oh, more to beat up. This could be Omega's homeworld. Very easily. My Dragoon outfit kind of looks like a spaceship with the blue light in the middle. Not a space, like space suit, I should say, not spaceship. Amazing. Yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived. Not the most welcoming of places, is it? We must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation. We should also get a lay of the land, see how far we can go. I'll help Alpha know with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. Not knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care of yourselves. We'll find you once we've finished exploring. I think you're right about the sacrifices, Amy, because with where looking at the map and how much is likely left, this seems like it'll be the final area. I expect the twins will seek the uttermost bounds of the Isle, so I propose we search the central area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most certainly attack any who venture too close. So let us avoid them and look for others that appear much more approachable. Oh, just right here to this destination. The mount is gotten from trading a drop from a boss fate in this zone. If you beat the fight twice with the gold rank, you should have enough to trade in for the mount. Though you need need flight or ride to get the platform the fight is on. I see. No worries. Oh wait, no need to get on a mountain. It's just constantly going from one to the next. Now I think we have a longer place to... Ah yes, the most fitting of mounts for this area. I'm gonna attune... I'm gonna attune to the Aetheryte first. Oh yeah, it does. We even saw these panels down with the dragons. I like when they the machines use the older style of Final Fantasy. Yeah. Oh yeah, the final Aetheryte. We have all the Aetherytes in 14 now. Weird. Look, Milan, the machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. Begging your pardon, but we are searching for the denizens of this star. Unknown life forms detected. Assigning generic label. Interplanetary travels. Greetings and welcome to the planet. The planet? What? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated in yours as Alphatron. Our purpose, meanwhile, our people, meanwhile, are called the Omicrons, and you stand within one of our outposts. Oh my god, Omicron Pussy I ate from your from Futurama. The Omicrons, you say, and what is it you do here? We are preparing for war. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and or terminated. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow. If you could try speaking with the others. Yeah, let's all just talk to the murderous robots. Greeting travelers. When venturing outside the outpost, beware of malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's command and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1. Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. Omicron was mentioned way back in Shadowbringers or Stormblood as the name of the gear of the drop from Omega. Oh, wow. Measuring combat capability, result negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. Greetings, traveler. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the home world of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yet though the endeavor yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeded the gains. There you go. Pretty much. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munition levels satisfactory. Combat readiness assessment nominal. Awaiting instructions from Sir. Maintaining state of combat readiness. Makes it all the more impressive that we beat Omega.
And that they don't consider us a threat.
Yeah, they don't know how to measure us, I think is the way to put it. You learned a few things. So did I. Ere we share our findings, however, I believe it's best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. Ah, there you are. We finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. There were portals like the ones we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. Then, as before, we must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. What of yourselves? Did you find anyone to speak with? I think at least one person has to survive in order to talk with Methion before the big fight.
Was Omega their leader?
I don't know what... I forget what Omega was. Maybe a sentry that was sent out? I'm not 100% sure. So the Omicrons seek to advance themselves to conquest. It's been a while. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and so they wait. Maybe Omega was their leader?
That's what I was wondering, like, is that why they have that?
Oh yeah, you basically did just say that. Yeah, it could be.
Because we killed their leader.
Good! In such a place, who could it be that fits Oriange's description? A soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others. Oriange said this? During our investigation before we joined you in Elegaia. You're a helper. Yeah, so that's the way of it. Why couldn't he just say it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons in the Ea long for death, the Omicrons long for conflict. As much as that may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to M032, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there was a console by which we might communicate with it. M032 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself I believe is worth investigating. What say you? Makes me glad we did did do all those alliance raids and stuff in the lead up to this. That worked out very well. All right, that is it for now. Next time we will investigate this, see what lies ahead, and we're left with 5 quests. The Omicrons are the last tribal quests? I thought the elephants were the tribal quests. What the heck? The main writer of Endwalker warned everyone what raid lines should be on their mind going into the expansion. Oh, nice. Oh, goodness. But yeah, that will be it for now. Next time we will pick this up and... oh, there's 3 tribal quest lines now. Oh, I missed that. But yeah, we're going to be finishing it next time, which will be Monday. That's when we'll continue on. We'll, of course, not be done with Endwalker fully yet, as we're not content current. But that's exciting. That is super exciting. Otherwise, of course, we'll be back on... well, Amy will be back on Saturday as she's playing more Kingdom Hearts. So that'll be exciting. And I will be back on Sunday for Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked. And let's see who we can raid if anybody's around. Oh, perfect. Oh, 2 good options. We've got Boundary Blake streaming, collecting footage for his Regent Break on Majora's Mask, or Vash playing Midnight Suns, Marvel Midnight Suns. Vash is at 4 viewers. She says at 42. As for our raid message, 1 for combat, 1 for crafting, 1 for gathering. Interesting. Okay. Let's see. Actually, what would be I don't know. What do you got for a raid message, Amy? You got a great one last time.
You gave me a prompt last time.
Yeah. I was going to do like space or a Futurama reference, but I don't think that works. Oh, there we go. I like that. Thank you.
I don't even like raid.
I know you don't, but you're coming up with good ones here. The Final Frontier for our raid message. And it looks like everybody wants to raid, she says, so we will do that. And yeah, that'll be that. Of course, like I said, we'll be back on Sunday for more Devil Survivor Overclock for those that watch that. And for those here for Final Fantasy XIV, we'll see you Monday for the finale of Endwalker itself, but not the Endwalker series. So looking forward to that. Thank you all so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I will be reacting with GVG to the Summer Game Fest tomorrow. I think that starts at 5 Eastern, so look forward to that. And just hope you all have a fantastic night and weekend. So until then, everyone, bye.
Bye, thank you.